Hey guys, it's Big Gay James, and I am at a super secret location because we have been invited into a private rehearsal for the Satanic Mechanics, Knoxville's Rocky Horror Picture Show Shadowcast. With me today is co-producer and director Rhoda Dairyheir. Hello, Rhoda Dairyheir.
Hi, James.
First of all, I have to tell you, I'm so excited to finally have you on the Big Gay James show. Thank you for being here.
I'm so excited to be here.
Why don't you tell everybody how you got involved in Rocky and a little bit of your Rocky Horror history?
Well, the first time I saw Rocky, I was 13 years old, and it came on VH1, and I fell in love instantly. And as VH1 does, they played it about 30 times over the next week, and I'm pretty sure I watched it 31 times. So it was an instant connection for me. I love Rocky. I've always loved Rocky. And about 6 years ago, my friend Casey came to me and she was like, "Hey, would you like to be a Transylvanian in a shadow cast?" And I'm like, "Hell yeah, I want to be a Transylvanian in a shadow cast. How are you going to say no to that?" So I did. And that's really all she wrote. I was a Transylvanian that year for a couple of years, and then I played Eddie. And then before I knew it, I found myself directing the group that we work with today at the Tennessee Theater, and we've kind of branched out, added a little bit more, and just it's kind of snowballed into something wonderful that just has such a large part in my heart.
I remember seeing it on VH1 when I was a teenager too, and it felt like they played it late at night as tradition, and it felt like something that my parents probably would not be happy to know that I was watching. Like, it felt naughty at first, and then I was 15 the first time I saw it live, which was 20 something years ago, and just being in a whole theater full of people who were as weird as I was just like incredible, and that's what hooked me. What's your favorite song in the show?
My favorite song in the show is Science Fiction, Rose Tint My World, Hot Patootie, Sweet Transvestite, I'm Going Home, and Science Fiction Reprise.
It's a tough choice.
But not superheroes?
But not
superheroes.
I think that my favorite is Eddie's Teddy. I don't know why I've always really loved that one, but
what a god.
What a god. Who's your favorite character, both like in the show and the characters that you played, because you've played multiple characters?
100% my favorite character is Frankenfurter, so much so that I have a tattoo of him on my leg.
Nice.
I know, right? Get your own at Vivid Tattoo.
Vivid Tattoo. What does Rocky Horror Picture Show mean to you, Rhoda?
For me, I grew up, I was ridiculed a lot because of my weight growing up. And in addition to that, I was definitely a weird kid. I was into a lot of macabre things. I'm still into a lot of macabre things. But I was constantly kind of made fun of. I had friends, but I was still made fun of, and I always felt different. So for me, Rocky is really important because it gives a chance for people who find themselves in a similar situation to come together and be weird together and realize that maybe we're not so weird after all. It's the rest of the world that's weird. And that is why it's very important for our cast to be really inclusive, because we want to beat the stigma that's always been put against the people who are in the cast their entire lives, and give them a chance to really be themselves no matter what background they come from.
Awesome. What is your favorite Rocky Horror character?
Well, I'm playing Rocky, so you would think I would want to say that, but I think probably Magenta. Magenta is definitely my fave.
I find that I have a lot of similarities with Janet Weiss, and I kind of think she's awesome. So I'm going to say Janet.
Oh, Magenta. She's my favorite. Always has been. My favorite character is Magenta. I've always been in love with Magenta for the longest time because I think she's a creepy bitch. Can I say that?
Yeah,
okay.
you sure can.
Say bitch. She's a creepy bitch, but I've really learned to love Columbia because I feel like she has a really big heart, and playing her for the past 2 years has really kind of made me look into her character a lot more, but all in all, I really just love Frank.
What's your favorite song in the show?
That's a tough one, but Time Warp is a classic.
Damn It, Janet, because it is the most fun to sing along with.
The entirety is my favorite. Now, if I listen to one, I have to listen to it all the way to the end.
Probably Sweet Transvestite, just because it's Tim Curry and come on.
Touch and Touch Me.
My favorite song is A Rose to My World. I kind of grew up a theater kid and a weird like Broadway kid. So at first I really actually didn't like it, but the more that I saw it, when I actually went to my first show, like live show, I fell in love with it, and I've been in the cast for like 3 years now. So it's the best part of my year.
Rocky Horror is the biggest party of the year, where everyone gets to get drunk, have fun, and dance and fishnets.
Rocky has been the most important influence in my life, period. I discovered Rocky Horror when I was 17 years old, and before I knew it, I was going every week. It was the thing that taught me how to be in front of people, to talk to people, largely because I was in front of people and talking to people in my underwear, but it's helped, and it changed my life, and it turned me into the person I am today.
That was kind of always my thing with me and my dad, and he actually passed away. He had brain cancer. He died a couple years ago. But yeah, it's just, you know, I love that was something that we did together, but I also love that it is about being who you are and doing what you do. I have pants on so you can't see it, but I have a tattoo that says, "Don't dream of be it." So I love Rocky.
Really, when I first watched it, I thought it was the weirdest thing ever, but it definitely grew on me. It's something that I do every year. I participate in. You know, it's basically just become like a routine in my year.
Rocky Horror means to me being different and embracing that individuality. And like it says, don't dream and be it. Do it.
It's about inclusivity. You know, I think that's why it's so big in the LGBTQIA community, just because it promotes acceptance among all people, all cultures, every identity.
I love it. I love everything about it. Since I was little, I watched it and I fell in love with it.